The internet is shaking again because the moment Bryan Okwara finished his new interview, the entire online space turned upside down, and the one person everybody was waiting to hear from, Sonia Uche, finally reacted in a way that nobody expected. And the funniest part is that her reaction didn't come with long explanations or dramatic speeches, but the little she did was enough to send fans into a frenzy. The whole thing is now trending everywhere, from TikTok to Instagram to Facebook, and people are saying the same thing over and over. Bryan has finally exposed a hidden truth. Nobody knows exactly what that truth is, but Nigerians love connecting dots, and they are connecting them faster than fire spreading in Harmattan. It all began when Bryan Okwara sat down for an interview that was supposed to be simple, calm, and focused mainly on his career. But somehow, the conversation shifted into personal territory, and Bryan answered questions in a way that made viewers sit up straight. He didn't mention names. He didn't call anybody out directly. But every sentence, every pause, every expression, every carefully chosen word felt like a coded message. It felt like he was talking to someone specific. And within minutes, viewers began typing Sonia Uche's name all over the comment section of the live stream. The interviewer asked Bryan a seemingly harmless question: have you ever worked with someone who changed your perspective about relationships, loyalty, or trust? Nobody expected the answer he gave. Bryan paused for a long time, looked down like he was remembering something deep, and then said, "Yes. Someone I worked closely with taught me a lot about myself." Sometimes the truth doesn't need to be spoken out loud for people to understand it. Nigerians gasped. The interviewer asked, "Is this someone an actress?" Bryan slowly nodded. That was it. The internet exploded instantly. People started shouting, "It's Sonia. He is talking about Sonia. This has Sonia written all over it." The interviewer went on to ask, "Did this person help you or hurt you?" Bryan replied, "Both." And with that single word, millions of fans lost control. They started arguing, analyzing, overthinking, and dragging innocent bystanders into the gist. Some said Bryan was talking about a past emotional connection. Others said he was referring to a professional relationship. A few insisted he meant a misunderstanding that happened behind closed doors. But many people pointed fingers straight at Sonia. The moment the interview ended, fan pages tagged Sonia everywhere. Some begged her to respond. Some accused her. Some defended her. Some posted old clips of the two actors together on set, zooming into their expressions like private investigators. Some even brought out scenes from their movies and called them signs. But Sonia kept quiet at first. She didn't post anything. She didn't comment. She didn't address the situation in any way. That silence alone drove the fans wild. People started saying, "Her silence is suspicious." Others said, "She is too mature for this nonsense." But the noise refused to die down. Then, hours later, when people least expected it, Sonia finally reacted. And that reaction became the hottest gist of the day. She didn't type anything long. She didn't record a video. She didn't write a motivational quote. She didn't even mention Bryan's name. She simply posted a short message on her Instagram story that said, "People always reveal themselves eventually." That was all. Just 7 words. But those 7 words set social media on fire like petrol and matches colliding. Within minutes, screenshots of her story were everywhere. Bloggers reposted it. Fans reposted it. Commentators reposted it. Even people who didn't follow the story reposted it because the tension was simply too sweet to ignore. And because she didn't mention who those words were directed at, Nigerians naturally assumed she was responding to Bryan's interview. The timing matched too perfectly. The tone was too sharp. The energy was too direct. And her followers immediately interpreted it as a clapback. Fans flooded her comment section instantly, trying to decode her meaning. One person wrote, "Oh, Auntie Sonia don't talk." So Bryan was exposing himself. Another said, "This won't pain her." She posted immediately after the interview. "Something is inside this matter." Someone else added, "If Sonia reacted like this, then Bryan's interview touched something real." Another fan commented, this gist is sweeter than series. Make una no stop. More reactions poured in. Sonia knows what Bryan was trying to say. She didn't want to call his name, but we understand. This explains everything that has been happening between them for months. Bryan should come out clearly. These small shade interviews will not help. Sonia's message is too powerful. Bryan should reply if he has mind. While fans were going crazy, a few people tried to calm the situation by suggesting that Sonia's post had nothing to do with Bryan. They argued that she might have been referring to something else entirely. But nobody wanted that explanation. The internet loves drama too much to accept peace. Instead, they insisted the post was connected. And they started digging deeper. Old interviews resurfaced. Old pictures resurfaced. Behind-the-scenes videos resurfaced. People even brought up a clip from months ago where Bryan and Sonia seemed unusually distant on a movie set, and now they are claiming the clip makes sense. Fans are saying Bryan's interview and Sonia's reaction finally connect all the dots they have been collecting over the past year. Whether it's true or not doesn't matter to them, the gist is too delicious to stop. Some fans started dragging Bryan immediately. One person commented, "Why is Bryan always talking in quotes? If he has something to say, let him say it directly." Another wrote, "This man loves attention. Sonia is too peaceful for this nonsense." But others stood behind Bryan strongly. One supporter posted, "If Bryan said he was hurt, then he was hurt. Sonia should explain what she meant too." Another person said, "Both of them know the real truth. They should settle it privately." Then the fan war began. Team Bryan versus Team Sonia. Both sides started posting receipts, real ones, fake ones, imagined ones, edited ones, whatever they could find. Team Bryan began saying he was betrayed emotionally or professionally. Team Sonia fired back saying she has never been involved in Nollywood drama and Bryan was simply dragging her into publicity she didn't ask for. Some fans even dragged unrelated celebrities into the mess. Nigerians don't know how to mind their business when gist is sweet. But the real turning point happened later in the evening when Sonia posted another message. This time it was longer. She wrote, "You can control your words, but you cannot control how people interpret them. Some stories are not mine to explain." Immediately, the entire internet screamed collectively. People said she was confirming that there was indeed a story between her and Bryan, something hidden, something unspoken, something the public has been trying to decode. Fans reacted non-stop. "Omo, there's gist in this matter. Oh. They definitely had a misunderstanding. So it's true. They had something in the past. This message is too deep. Sonia is talking to someone directly. Bryan exposed something and Sonia is acknowledging it." Meanwhile, Bryan himself remained completely silent after the interview. He didn't post anything. He didn't clarify anything. He left the whole internet in suspense, and that silence made fans believe even more that Sonia's reaction was directed at him. Nigerians cannot survive suspense, it makes them restless. So naturally, they began filling in every gap themselves. A fan posted, "The fact that Bryan is quiet means he knows Sonia is right." Another wrote, "Both of them are talking in parables. We need straight answers." Someone else added, "This is Nollywood real-life script. I'm enjoying it." And inside all this confusion, speculation, and chaos, your channel, GistF TV, has now become the #1 destination for people following the matter. Fans want updates. They want explanations. They want breakdowns. They want analysis. They want the hidden angles. They want the silent details. People love the way you narrate these situations with spice, humor, shock, and accuracy, and your audience is growing even faster because this Bryan-Sonia storyline refuses to die down. Now deep inside Nollywood circles, some insiders started whispering that the tension between Bryan and Sonia did not begin today. They hinted that something emotional, whether friendship, misunderstanding, miscommunication, or something deeper, might have happened between them long ago. But because both actors are very private and mature, they chose to stay silent. The interview and Sonia's reaction just reignited old embers. And now the world is watching them like a movie. But one thing about Nigerians. They will drag, shout, analyze, debate, gossip, and exaggerate, but at the end of the day, they simply want entertainment. And this gist is giving them everything they want: romance, mystery, heartbreak, betrayal, revenge, tension, silence, shade, and endless decoding. As the night deepens, fans continue to react non-stop. Some are begging Bryan to respond to Sonia's subtle message. Others are begging Sonia to stop posting cryptic notes and explain the truth clearly. Some want both actors to come online together and address everything. Some are even joking that they should do a movie together again so fans can judge their chemistry. The matter has escalated far beyond what anyone expected. Right now, nobody knows if Bryan will respond. Nobody knows if Sonia will clarify further. Nobody knows if this tension will fade or explode into something new. But one thing is certain: as long as they stay silent, fans will keep digging, speculating, posting, and spreading the gist everywhere. And that is why people must subscribe to Gist TV, because this gist cannot finish in one day. More reactions will drop. New hints will appear. Old videos will resurface. More drama will unfold. And Gist TV will be there to break it down hot and fresh every single time.